Alright folks, so what we have here is a 900cc engine out of a 2006 Kawasaki Vulcan 900D, and we're going to do a complete teardown, rebuild. This particular bike's got a transmission pop, and I'm not sure what it is, other than one day while riding, I stopped at a donut shop. When I came back out, tried to put it in gear. Even though the clutch was fully pulled in, it tried to lurch forward with the starter. Rocking it back and forth after a while, it finally broke free and allowed me to pull in the clutch and start it without moving. It allowed me to downshift into first gear, and that was it. No matter what speed I was at, I couldn't get her up to second gear. It would not power shift to second, it wouldn't shift with the clutch. In fact, the only thing I could do was go back and forth to neutral, and sometimes that was even iffy. I'm pretty sure, although my helmet blocks out background noise pretty good, I'm pretty sure that there was a rinky-tink sound coming from the crankcase just before I stopped at the donut shop. So I'm expecting to find something in there. It's either going to be a failed bearing, damaged shift fork, who knows what. But since the bike has 38,000 miles on it, and right now she's a $4,000 paperweight, I thought I would go ahead and fix it, because the alternative is to part it out, and I really enjoy riding it. So if you'll stick with me over a few videos here as I learn how to video and how to do a good job of explaining what I'm doing, we'll get through this together. There are no videos on the Vulcan 900 that I can find anywhere on how to tear down the engine, do a rebuild, get into the transmission. There's lots of them on the 1500. Actually, not lots. There's a couple on the 1500, and that's about it. And a lot of the videos also are just talking about the external shift mechanism or how to change the clutch. We're going to get into all that because that's all part of the teardown. I've already inspected the clutch. It was a little worn, but nothing that would have caused it to remain in gear oddly like that or refuse to shift. Looked at the external shift mechanism, which we'll get into later, and that also, I was hoping to find a broken spring or a damaged pawl in there, if you know how that mechanism works, but none of that proved to be true. So I'm going to be completely field stripping this cat. I did not do a video on how to get it out of the bike and up onto the bench, simply because if you can get it up on the bench, then this video is for you. Basically, it's disconnecting a lot of stuff, a lot of sensors, a lot of the neutral sensing switch, the speed sensing switch, the throttle body, fuel injectors, all that stuff needs to come undone before you can get it to the point where you can drop her out of the bike. I dropped it with a regular floor jack and just took my time, made sure I was centered underneath it, dropped it just a teeny bit at a time to make sure I had a good grip on it, rolled it away from the frame of the bike, and then immediately used an engine hoist to get the mounting bolts back in the front and the rear, used some chains, picked it up, and put it here on the bench. So I guess we'll start in on it. First thing, of course, is to get these valve covers off.